So we'll call to order the November 7th, 2025 meeting of the HVAC IAQ Building Committee. Stand for the pledge. Looking for Sal's loud voice. Pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. All right. Can I get a motion for approval of meeting minutes from 10:24?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of meeting for October 24th, 2025.
I'll second that motion.
Having a second, any discussion or modifications?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you. Okay, project updates. Phase 1, Osborne Hill.
Okay, yeah, so Osborne Hill, working through just final punch list items that we're pretty much wrapping up, should be by the early part of next week. As far as commissioning and balancing and testing, again, balancing testing has been completed. Commissioning is about 98% complete. I know that Van Zelm has had a couple of last items that they're addressing with ABS, but other than that, it's been pretty much completed on their end. We did have an update this past Tuesday from them. They're also working through, I'll move over to North Stratfield now. So they are currently working through a couple items, again, 98% commissioning at North Stratfield. They've been focusing a lot of their efforts at North Stratfield the past week as they then segue into Woods, which is going to be in the coming week for next week. So North Stratfield is sorry. One more thing at Osborne Hill. Osborne Hill security vestibule. We did have Cherry Hill was there on Saturday, putting in final brake metal and other punch list items that they had that were identified and that they were aware of. So they did do that work and completed that work on Saturday. North Stratfield were set up to have them come out Tuesday, Veterans Day, as well as Woods. So we'll be taking care of any remaining items while school is out for the holiday, as far as Cherry Hill's punch list is concerned. So North Stratfield, again, issues with the units have been rectified there. RTU1 and DOAS 1 and 2 that did not have any issues. So again, commissioning is still working through there with ABS and Van Zelm. And like I said, he's looking to get over to Woods in the coming week. Testing and balancing at Woods is pretty much about 98% complete as well. They're finishing up the last few items. There's a couple loose ends. They had a couple things they had to come back and check. Our AHU in our office right here, as well as one of the exhaust fans. But it's minor. It hasn't necessarily derailed the testing and balancing. So as of right now, testing and balancing is on track. Nothing's holding it up, and we're expected to continue into commissioning as discussed. So North Stratfield roof, I know last week or 2 weeks ago when we spoke, I was working on getting you guys a bit more of just our cleanup items to get off the roof. So right now, I had spoke with Dale, our super over at North Stratfield. We worked with the roofer, kind of just coming up with the last, dozen items that they're working through, punch list, manufacturer walk items, and some of the remaining like walk-off pads and stuff. So right now, as of yesterday, when we discussed it, a lot of the Suprema, all the manufacturer's comments have been addressed pretty much to date, which means they'd be ready for like a final punch walk within the next week or so. SPA had already did a punch list on about half of the roof. They're slated to come out next week to do the final punch on the remaining areas that were not ready when they came out a couple weeks ago. As far as metal, because metal is what we've been kind of focusing on, metal and final welds. So metal, hang on, I lost my note.
That's the metal
Yeah,
facade.
all the sheet, like all the edge metal and stuff, that's targeted to be complete by 11/14. So that'll be next, that's
Friday.
next
Friday.
Friday. Yeah, so next Friday, which is really all they have left at this point. They were doing a little bit of work on some expansion joints and stuff, which did wrap up. And I'm just trying to make sure. I think that was it. Yeah. So we're requesting SPA to come out on the 13th. So they'll do a punch on the 13th, which will give them a few more, a week to complete whatever remaining punch list items are from SPA. So I think by the week of Thanksgiving, we should be done and off this roof. We're looking to remove the stair tower either Saturday the 15th or Saturday the 22nd. So I would say the week of Thanksgiving, this roof should be, buttoned up from a punch list standpoint, manufacturer's walk standpoint, and we can take down the stair tower and demobilize them fully. So essentially, again, we're miscellaneous items, walk-off pads that are the remainder of those are going to be installed over the next few days, and I see us, like I said, hitting that date of edge metal by the end of next week.
So when are we going to be 100% complete and off all three sites?
So with regard to all the work, we should be 100% complete and off all three sites, I would say by Thanksgiving the latest. We have punch list that's wrapping up at the other schools, should be by the early part of next week or end of next week, the latest, from like the BL architect or MEP punch list that we're working through. And like I said, the roof punch list we're going to get the remainder of it next Thursday. We should get it by Friday once we get it from Kevin. So we'll have to just focus on getting young developers to address the items. I mean, the initial punch list by SPA for the first half was relatively minor. Kevin didn't have a lot of issues with the quality of work and that area. So I expect it to be similar, which should be something that should be easily addressed by Young. And again, we are working Young during the day at North Stratfield. We have our super over there with them. So it's not an issue of daylight and time with them. We can get those things addressed, ASAP. So I would say, Rodney, like I said, by week of Thanksgiving, we should be off of these three sites.
With all the warranties in hand?
Well, we're still chasing in warranties from trades. We're working through closeout as well. We're pushing. My goal is to have everything wrapped up by the end of November. Yes. So that right now, that's what I'm targeting.
Is Thanksgiving ahead of schedule, on schedule?
Sorry, what was that, Joe?
The substantial completion date of Thanksgiving, is that ahead of
schedule?
schedule?
No, substantial completion's already been achieved as of, I think we had September 1st. But yeah, as far as full closeout and everything, yes, I think our contract schedule actually showed somewhere in December of like full closeout, like mid-December. But yeah, we're going to be in that ballpark. And again, I'm pushing to get us wrapped up by the end of November so we can just close this out and move on as we shift to Tomlinson.
Right. Yeah.
Tim, is there day 2 exercises over Christmas break?
Yes, we have. Well, yes. So we have the day 2 work, which is the refinishing of the floors that we have to defer until Christmas break. So the job will be pretty much closed out, other than those few items that I think we've all been discussing, over the past couple of months. So we have to redo the APR finished floor at North Stratfield, which is going to be over Christmas break. We're going to redo the Project Adventure wood floor, which is again sand and recoat with poly at Fairfield Woods, which is also going to be done over the 2-week Christmas break. And we have the crossover ladders that we spoke about last committee call when we were discussing pricing and we had questions there. So those items will also still be forthcoming that we'll have to do. But this is essentially added work. So as far as just getting, the base work done and completed, I'm still holding that end of November for that work. So I don't want to confuse the day 2 with the original scope.
I also didn't want the committee thinking that.
Yes.
November 30th.
When you guys still see me here, and I'm like, well, I got to do the wood floor. Sorry about that.
Yep.
No, yeah, the 2 floors and the And the painting of the APR duct, we are pushing that ahead, guys. We're gonna be doing that on a couple Saturdays coming up at North Stratfield. So that was gonna be kind of pushed deferred because of the being in the cafeteria and this and that, but we're gonna be doing that on Saturdays. So that'll be wrapped up too by the end of November as well. So all we'll have left there is that that wood floor and then the catwalks on the roof.
But Tim, there's some coordination with the countertops at North Stratfield, some millwork. So those are actually, which is typical of these projects. There's always some lingering. We have some cleanup of change order work that we have to do. So it's not going to affect the project. It's just those are the things depending how fast the trades react, and some of them actually will involve probably BL to come up with a solution, like even the doors that are kind of door locations on some of the vestibules. So there's a couple of minor miscellaneous items that we have to continue to attend to make sure that those get resolved and closed out. But the project is essentially complete. We just have to go through the paperwork. There's accounting paperwork we have to go through to close out the contract. So there's financials. We have to close out the financials. We're going to start seeing deduct change orders on some of the unused financials that we have within the GMP. So those are going to be coming, and we're already started to work on those. There's allowances that we did not use, monies we did not use. So that's going to all come back to you. So there's also financial closeout to the project portion. So that's all in the next, I'm going to say between now and the end of the year, all that stuff is going to start cleaning up to a final and put a bow on it. And here it is, it's done, basically. That's, because a lot of it involves reaction from trades, reaction from BL on some items, the platforms that will go up on the roof. I don't know the lead time on that. That could be probably a few weeks, especially hitting the holidays. Not sure how fast some of the vendors will respond to that. So we're not trying to, I just want to make sure, I don't want to call it over promises, under deliver. So I want to be careful that there are still some, I don't want to call them loose ends, but there's other items that are still, well, we're on them. We are definitely cleaning them up as we move into final completion. Okay.
So who has who has that list? Like you just
So that
threw in
list
the millwork.
lives. It's in the ROAC, Jeff. We track those items.
Yes.
Yeah, and the millwork and stuff is tracking should be by end of this month. We should be getting that stuff installed.
Right.
It was changes in the field based on, whatever. It was changes there with BL and the schools. So, that work is like I said, that should be wrapped up by end of this month, maybe first week of December if the holiday causes us to have a hiccup. But that's why I'm targeting for that.
Right. And what we can do, if it helps you, we can actually do that list. We can extract it out of the OAC. If you guys are interested in it, we can track them all line on, but we can put an ETC or ETA on each one. Happy to do that, just so at least the full transparency as to what are the issues. And some of them might live with BL for the direction. Then we'll have to get a timeline from BL to advise on some of those as well.
Well, I think the committee should have that.
Sure.
And as you said, the ETAs on these and the responsible party.
Absolutely. 100% agree.
So we can track it and we can
Yep.
put pressure on parties that are not performing as a
Absolutely.
committee.
Absolutely.
I can send that to you guys. I can email everybody here, and I'll send it to Mark directly, Schweitzer, and then I'll just copy you guys, and he can put it into this or however you want to track it.
Let's make sure that list gets developed with BL's input, Sal, Mark. Let's all together develop it after the next ONC meeting. Tim, start drafting it. Let's all review it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make sure everybody's input is there, and then we'll share it with the building committee so it's the most accurate current list of items.
As close to 100% as you can make it.
Yep.
Please.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You got it.
All right. Thank you all. Tim, any other updates on the first three schools? Mark?
No, building inspector came to just give the final blessing on all the vestibules, all of that. So everything's 100% there. We're good. So they're closing out their portion of this project as well from the town's perspective. So building permits and all that, and giving us any letters that we need for, the finality of the project.
All right. Anything else, Mark? Anything from your side? No.
Nope.
Okay.
I mean, we
Um,
we walked with the first selectman on last Friday at Woods, so had a good meeting there. Spent more time on the Raptor than the project, but
yeah.
all fine and good.
On Fitz House, I'm presuming there's no update because we haven't hit
Correct.
the below freezing test point yet.
Correct. We don't have the weather yet for it.
Okay. Moving on to Tomlinson.
Yeah, so Tomlinson, we've been moving on site. We field measured for the first portion of the project that we were targeted to hit, which was the auxiliary gym, the classroom behind it, which is the connection point, and the main gym. So Ferguson was out getting those measurements and field verifications. So shop drawings are underway in their office, and we just had a quick call with them yesterday to get some updates. So I'm waiting on just the exact submittal date for the ductwork. We are getting into the school next week again to do additional demo in a couple more classrooms and corridors that are where gas piping is going to be again field verified, drawn up and fabricated. So we're moving along per schedule. Nothing here. All of our RTUs were approved and we released them this week. They have a 20-week lead time, so we expect all of those 3 RTUs to be in Ferguson's shop sometime in end of March, early April. So we'll continue to get tracking on that. So no concerns with the big meat of the project, the RTUs. So glad that was recorded and set this week. So I'll get you guys more updates as I get them from Ferguson. But right now everything is going on schedule.
Okay. I didn't. I don't remember seeing like a Gantt chart or a CP critical path schedule. But when is Tomlinson supposed to be complete? 100%.
We
What's
have
the
that,
date?
and it's the same as this school. It was like the August 20th was our substantial completion target for the school.
2026.
Yes, 2026. Yes.
Okay. Just curious.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Rodney, just to give you perspective, Tomlinson is a bit of a slow burn because most of the work actually takes place next summer. The units have been procured, released. I think they're coming in maybe like sometime in the spring to us, but we're gonna have to store them.
Yep.
It's a bit of a slow burn because the majority of the work is in the occupied areas that we have to do over next summer. So as soon as school is out June 15th, that's when things are going to be hands on deck, go full bore at it. We do have some opportunities to do some second shift work, but it's not a huge amount of areas like the other schools, just to give you a bit of perspective. And we can share our phasing plan with you just to kind of so you guys are familiar with where we are, where we're going to be when. We can do that at the next meeting if that works for you.
I can share that. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
Yes, please.
we're gonna have stuff going on through the end of the year, but like Amar said, it won't be a ton of work because just like these schools, we have existing systems with current ductwork that's in service that we cannot take out until school's out. So I'll share that with you guys for the next committee call if you want, kind of give you another update and show you where our path is, how we're getting there.
Yeah, maybe we can just have a 1 or 2 page milestone plan that we can talk to and just sort of march through and understand some of the major pieces.
Yeah,
I don't know if we need to review a 20-page project plan.
No, well, what I have right now is I have the drawings of the project that I have marked up phasing with dates and scopes, so it's a little bit easier to see. So I could probably just run you through that. It's about 4 pages, Jeff. It's not,
okay.
But at least it has a visual with it. So
That's good. Thank you.
Tim, anything else on Tomlinson?
No, everything's going well. Anthony is happy right now, the principal, and we're in constant communication with him too as needed for what we're doing.
Okay. The Conex boxes were moved over. Ferguson's placement.
Yes, we put a Conex over at Tomlinson. Anthony gave us a blessed spot to do, so we had that moved on Tuesday while school was out.
Great. Rodney, Joe, any questions on Tomlinson?
I'm
Not
good.
yet, no.
All right, very good. Moving on, Mark S.
Yep.
Pending contingency log.
As it comes up. Provided the 3 schools for the HVAC, the ones I have listed as being submitted for approval, we did not get, so we do not have those on for this meeting, and I am zooming in
Thank you.
so y'all can read. Osborne Hill, we have 1 new line item. This came in across on Gilbane's contingency log. So I've got monies encumbered on the project contingency log. This is still being worked through between Gilbane and the sub. I have not seen any of these numbers to date. But this was encumbered on their contingency log, so it is on my contingency log.
What is it?
Tim,
What
do you want to?
What extra demo and rework of miscellaneous areas? What is it and why?
This was Amar. What did you say? Something?
No, I didn't. Is that to do with the penetrations?
Yeah,
No.
it's the penetrations. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No,
No.
no, it's not. It's the penetrations came out was an in scope.
Oh, all
Change,
right. So is there a reference for the our PCI number? Which school this is? I'm sorry.
This is Osborne Hill OS 35.
What extra demo are we doing for 17,000 or so, Tim? Do you know
I
anything
think
about
I think that's the masonry that we had and that we're trying to have. That's supposed to be really going away. That's an argument. That's an argument we're having with acoustics right now in Gilberto. They're sub tier mason.
Got it. All right. So let us vet
Yeah.
through this one. And
Yeah, that shouldn't be that. Yeah, we're working on that one to everybody on the call with the sub itself. It's a sub and sub tier relationship that we're working with.
Okay. All right.
And then on North Stratfield, we have 3 new ones. The RTU 170 or RFI 173 RTU 1 conflict revision, OS 58. The RFI that's 7700, and these 3 were on the Gilbane's contingency log. That's why they're on mine. RFI 112 and 154 for masonry mods, and the miscellaneous louver infills at the MPR. And again, my understanding of it, these are the sub-tier subs are looking, and Gilbane is working through with acoustics and the other subs on this.
Correct.
And then on Woods, we have Bulletin 5 additional security cabling. This is a Ferguson claim that Gilbane is still, I have not seen it. Gilbane is working through with Ferguson on this. And then the masonry mods, this is acoustics and their masonry sub. So these are both being vetted through Gilbane.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
So we'll wait. We'll wait to discuss those if and when they ever come out.
Terry,
Correct.
that's right.
Okay.
Yes.
But they're a potential cost, so they're encumbered on the contingency log.
Yes, I understand.
Thank you. All right, Joe, Rodney, any questions on the contingency log?
Nope, I was all fired up for no reason.
save it, Rodney. Save it for them.
No, I'd rather you take your shot at something false and then you have less energy for the real one. You know.
Thanks
Are
a
you
lot.
saying there's a real one coming?
We'll
So
wear
you've
you
done
down on
nothing.
something that's not real. I'll let you get it all out, and they'll be like, you know what? Never mind. That was a joke. It's a joke.
I don't know about that. You're charging his battery.
Yeah,
I will
exactly.
not be, just FYI, I will not be attending that meeting. It will be Tim by himself. So have at it.
It's the rope-a-dope.
Hey, Tim, payback's a bitch,
Yeah.
babe.
That's right. I'm going to be looking forward to that meeting as a spectator.
Sorry.
All right. If there's nothing else on the contingency log, we have one ATP, actually one proposal for Osborne Hill for Cherry Hill for brake metal in the amount of $2,435.70. Did provide the pictures of basically the 4 locations for it.
Mhm.
And it is where a lot of this is where the new storefront meets existing, and where the storefront meets the acoustical ceiling. Is probably the easiest way to explain it.
It's not a big number, but why was this not part of the original design? Did we think it was going to magically sit perfectly between the existing and the framework?
I would defer to the design team on that.
Sorry, Mark, I wasn't familiar with this ATP at all. So apologies. I'll have to look into it and get back to you.
Mark, you're using our ATP, but that's really more of a town change order to Cherry Hill, right?
It is.
We're
Correct.
using the same terminology, but it's really
Correct.
more, yeah.
It's
Okay.
yes. It's the ATP packet, just for simplicity to
Yeah,
call it all the same, but it is a proposal for Cherry Hill. Yes.
correct.
Who
Okay.
requested this proposal?
It is. That's it. Well, it is it is to finish off the
I know what
spots.
it's for. Who
I-
requested Cherry Hill to do this work? Or proposed to do this work? Or did Cherry Hill just say, hey, we need an extra cost for this? I mean, where did this come from? And I'm with Jeff. This should have been part of the design package from the get-go. Come on.
Well, Jesse's going to look into it, and he can and to provide the answer on it.
All right. I mean, I did lay eyes on it. Something needed to be done, but I'm not sure what options were, why it didn't get put in the design. Okay.
Yeah,
I-
Mark, if you could just send that to me so I don't have to hunt through everything.
Yep.
Jeff,
Appreciate
I'll
it.
make a motion to defer Osborne proposal from Cherry Hill dated 10/29/2025 in the amount of $2,435.70 until a future date.
I'll second.
Okay. And having a second on the motion, any discussion?
No.
Okay, hearing none. All in favor of deferral on the ATP until next meeting or in, yeah, I guess it'll be the next meeting.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right, moving on to invoices, Mark.
Yep. We have one with the meeting so early in the month, we did not get basically everybody else as we normally get on the first meeting. So we only have one Tri-State Materials for $555 for their final report for the special inspections.
I'll make a motion to approve Tri-State Materials Testing invoice number TSMT 16619 dated 10/20/2025 in the amount of $550.
I'll second.
Having a second, any discussion?
No.
None.
I'm really challenged your math skills today, Rodney. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Motion passes to pay the invoice. We're on old business. All right. Hit my list here. We talked about the RTU at North Stratfield. That's good. You guys are still working through the subcontractor discussions around additional costs. Brake metal we just talked about. Tab work we said is completed. And that means we also, with the RTU 01 at North Stratfield, we did get the report from Train, I assume. As of our last meeting, that was pending delivery.
I don't think we actually received a report from Train. I will follow up with Ferguson, but I don't believe they actually issued one.
They were going to, correct?
They were supposed to. Well, we requested one. Whether they were going to give us one or not, I'll have to speak with Ferguson. We did request getting some kind of report of what was addressed in the field that now made the system work. So I'll follow up with that after this.
It was also discussed in the TAB meetings as well, that Karan was going to get us the.
Yeah.
Okay. We covered the walk paths. We just discussed the trim work at Osborne. Punch list that we talked about the roof trim. Tim, you're gonna get back to us on that one. We said that so RTU 01 at North Stratfield is all good except for the Train report, correct?
Yeah, it's working. The static readings are in design. So everything is working as it should. We just don't have the Train report as to what was tweaked.
Tab retested it though, and everything looks good.
Yeah, everything is working as it should now within design for flow. I think they owe one more test at the actual diffusers in the APR, which they need to do at some point when they can get a lift in there and probably after hours or on a Saturday or something. But that's not in my realm.
Okay. Sal, the training for all of the VMS systems. I know there's some additional training that went on. You were out. I want to just make sure you guys are good from a BOE perspective on all the training. And do we have a schedule for completion on that?
Sal, you're muted, Sal. I can speak quickly while he's figuring. No, he's okay. He was trying his things, Jim. Nope, still muted. You're showing muted on our screen. We had the training already, Jeff, with the school. We did this past week. We had switchgear and we had LG for VRFs along with a little bit of ABS. We're working on getting the remainder of the training scheduled in. We have agendas that are being drafted and then approved by BL for the future trainings, which is really heavily into ABS. So, I mean, training is moving. We're expected to have training complete, Miguelina, really over the next couple weeks, correct? 2 to 3 weeks by the end of the month. Okay, it's going to probably drag into December for ABS because it's a 10-day training. So it's just the duration alone is going to pull it into there. But we are, we are getting those trainings completed. They're taking place right now.
Okay. Yeah. So eventually I do want to make sure from Sal's perspective that he's on board and everything's happy. But it sounds like things are moving along nicely then. Good deal.
Tim, when you give us the phasing on the remaining work that needs to be done, can you include testing in there as well and the milestones on
sure.
the testing? Okay, thank you.
Sure. Yep.
Last we spoke, there's still some Osborne Hill principal punch list items. All done.
That should be all. That should be all finished. Let me just double check my log because we went over that this week. North Stratfield was 100%. Woods has been 100%, and I'm pretty sure that we were wrapped up there as well. Let me just take a double check.
So just to verify, that punch list that the principals developed had items related to the project and items obviously unrelated. So the ones that were tagged to us, those are what Tim is referring
Yes.
to. And we shared that update with the group a couple of weeks ago, probably more, as to the status of completion. So we can speak to the construction or to the project items only.
As you
Yeah.
should.
Yeah, so the only things that we have open still is just the floor. There was a couple damaged tiles, and we're addressing that when we do the threshold work Tuesday when school's out, the 11th. So we're going to be doing the work there at the APR where there was like the threshold question with the principal. So that's getting addressed, and we're also doing a couple damaged tiles. So that's all we had open left on that log that was generated from the school.
Okay. And what about the BL punch list that they did their final walkthroughs? I don't know if they're final, but they did walkthroughs.
all punch list items for the BL architectural list have been addressed. And like I said, we're still pushing through the MEP list right now, which is we had 150 items. We're down to about 70 right now, which we're trying to push through the rest of to get done by next week and the next week. We're going to do a lot again on Tuesday when school's out because we can double up crews and get everybody everywhere.
Okay. And then close out attic stock as built for all the locations. Those still pending?
That's all been ongoing. Magdalena's been spearheading that. We had deliveries. We've had at least 2 deliveries to their storage warehouse in town for attic stock, for 4 or 5 different trades that owe attic stock. So it's ongoing. I can get you an update for that too. It should be wrapped up in the next week or 2.
Okay. And I have a note about ABS integration with the FPS side of the house.
Jeff, are you talking about the old thermostats
Yeah.
that are being replaced? The deposits got paid at the last meeting, so they are procuring the thermostats to perform the work. I will get a schedule out of them for the next meeting.
Okay. I think that is it. Although I'd like to hear it. So North Stratfield, we had no additional roof leaks. Somebody come on, validate me, guys.
Not that I was aware of. So I think we're good there.
Okay. More rain's coming, so hopefully I'd like to stop asking the question. Okay.
You and I both.
Okay, and then you talked about Tomlinson, so we're all set there. All right. I miss anything in old business? Joe, Rodney, anything you guys had?
No, I think you covered it.
I'm aware.
All right. Anything under new business?
I have nothing.
Nothing. All right. Hearing none. I will make a motion to adjourn with the note that our next meeting is November 21st.
I'll second that.
All in favor of adjournment?
Bye.
Aye. Thank you all.
Thank you, Jeff. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Lovely November.
Take care.
You have a good
Yeah, have a
weekend.
good one.